last night I was walking around my house with my phone out, listening to Trump Musk.
Yeah.
And I have to say, pretty PG for both of them.
Yeah, it was kind of a marathon.
Again, most of the topics were not topics that anybody. I was actually walking through, and everybody could, of course, tell I was listening to President Trump and Elon Musk because they have two guys with very distinct voices and deliveries. One's kind of slow and half South African, half just genius talking, and then you've got, of course, the other guy who is Donald Trump, a voice that my young kids know. Even not just doesn't think my oldest daughter. I think my youngest knows. That it's Donald Trump's voice live. And so when you put those two voices together, it's an interesting combo. I think I had it for about 90 minutes. I thought it was some interesting parts about how right now they still need so much of the fossil fuel to even make the Teslas. And then you can, of course, the electric cars is not ready for everyone. Musk has been very clear about that. But what is wild is that there was, of course, an attack on it. And so there was a full internet attack, and they couldn't launch when they wanted. I think it had to launch about 30 minutes behind schedule. And, of course, this attack, which we believe is an attack on the X system, Twitter, is, an attack on free speech. This idea that Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and remember, after Donald Trump was shot, that evening, I believe, is when Elon Musk sent out the tweet saying, I've seen enough. I'm endorsing Donald Trump. We need, this person cares about our country, and we need to get by. And I'll use my resources to support him. This is what's crazy. And then you found, you get you sign up on the emails to get everything to make sure. So the contact, which is interesting that the Kamala headquarters is still coming from contact.joebiden.com.
Right.
The subject line in this email is insane. And Logan, you can read it out for people if you want, because when I read through it and you kind of think about it for a moment, it's insane.
The subject line that came during the conversation between Elon Musk and Donald Trump was, "The two worst people you know are live this evening."
Okay. First of all, most people, this is not a negative thing. They don't know Donald Trump or Elon Musk in a personal way.
This is
So this would just mean that you know of, right? Well, I know of horrible people that are living right now. The ayatollah, Kim Jong Un, maybe again you've
dictators,
got,
murderers.
Vladimir
Putin, maybe. A whole cast of characters.
The Chinese dictator. The list goes on and on of people that are probably worse than the guy from Tesla and SpaceX and Donald Trump from hotels and resorts and a former president. And to combine those two, that they're somehow the worst people that you've ever heard of. So this is their strategy, Logan. It is it really is. It's demonization. It's not just they can end up getting Donald Trump shot again.
Yeah, if they wanted to tone down the rhetoric, this is the opposite of that.
It's the attack on freedom of speech, the freedom to share ideas, even in a very open setting. There's no secrets here. They're not having some conference that you've got to pay for.
It's live.
They're not. You're right. It's totally live. They don't necessarily agree on 100% of things. It's just kind of an interesting conversation between two really interesting people. One, though, because he happens to be running for president, it's like they're threatening Musk. It's all about threatening speech. The idea that freedom of speech we see now in the United States, and we've seen it, listen, until Elon Musk bought that platform, I thought Twitter, the liberals, I guess, loved it.
They ran it,
For me, it was done.
I wasn't on it anymore. I thought it was a cesspool of people that I really couldn't take anymore and getting hate and death threats. This was generally what was coming into my
anything
feed.
About, the origins of COVID, which is really what it was all about. I think that's where it all started or stuff like that, which now is widely believed to be China and, all that. That's not even an issue. That Elon Musk just said, I'm going to buy it.
And that's the reason a lot of people, it says in here, Elon Musk is interviewing Donald Trump live on Twitter, and they put in brackets that we're not calling it X. The main reason, if you're saying we change it to X, not only does it fit his portfolio of brands, is that the name Twitter had a stigma to it. And a stigma that people like me had no interest being a part of.
Right.
I was off the platform, but he rebranded it X, so then people like me go, okay, well, maybe I go. And now it's still filled with crazy. We're not going to lie and say that it's not. But at least it feels like the crazy's evened out a bit.
A month ago, he got shot. And his supporter, and one of his supporters got killed. And it is because of rhetoric like that. It's because some 22-year-old thought they could raise some money off of a crazy, one-liner like that. And the truth is, you're moronic if, as an American, these are the two worst people you've ever heard of that you currently know. You're not a very educated person. If Elon Musk and Donald Trump, even if you're an extreme liberal, are the two worst people you've ever heard of, then you never even turned on the news.
Yeah,
before.
Look what's going on in Haiti. Look what's going on in the world. There's still like slave trade happening in the world. This is not complete.
Look at Gaza.
Right.
Look at Iran. Look at the treatment of women. Look at again, just basics. China, North Korea. The people are starving in the world still, and in powers that are nuclear powers.
Because they don't care. It's not about that.
It's about
firing up and
fundraising,
fundraising,
and they don't
people.
think anybody's going to care. But the truth is, there are nuts in America, and there are nuts around the world, and they read emails like this, and they think, I'm going to get my gun, and I'm going to do something that Harris and the left is going to make me a hero. I'm going to get rid of one of these worst people. President Trump, the fact that he is now like fully returned to the platform known as X, formerly Twitter, and I mean, you got the left is freaking out. We've got an email went out from the Harris campaign, which said literally, I mean, this is after, of course, President Trump has been shot because of the rhetoric like this. And the subject line, this is during the discussion. So before you even know exactly what they're going to even say on the this really was like listening in on a phone call on the issues between Elon Musk and President Trump. It was very interesting. But it was, again, kind of just lots of different issues. It wasn't like a political speech. And the subject line of the email is the two worst people are live this evening. And I'm thinking to myself, well, if she's just talking generally like the two worst people you know of, like, in the world, Elon Musk, even if you're very, very liberal, and Donald Trump, they're not even close, Rick, to the two worst people. But this is how people end up getting shot and killed in the United States at an American political rally.
Yeah, it's disgusting. If you remember, there's a video of Kamala Harris where she is saying, you must go woke. You must be woke. You must go woker than the next. And when in doubt, go woke. And so she is telling us exactly who she is, which is a person who hates dissent. They don't want dissenting information. They crush it. They cancel it, they crush it, they put it in prison, they literally do everything they can to crush it. And that's how you weaponize the government against your political enemies. And so when she sees two people that are her political opponents, and she allows rhetoric to be, these are the two worst people in the world, it is literally giving people permission to go kill these people because they're the worst people in the world. And this is the emotional rhetoric that they keep doing, and yet what does the media do? They call the campaign joyful. It's literally, the story now is the implosion of the American media, completely imploded. And it's a sad day for democracy. It's a sad day for America.